everyone. Welcome back to the Our Home Libraries YouTube channel. The time has come where I need to talk about some more of the books that we're going to be reading because our first TBR video only covered the months of January through March, which are now over, as we all know. So I'm going to talk in this video about the books that we're going to be reading for our next quarter, which is April through June. And let's just go ahead and get into that. The first book we're going to be reading in April, this episode will publish April 11th, is Lore by Alexandra Bracken. This book follows the events of the Aegon, which is a really old competition kind of. It's like a fight to the death kind of thing, but it is mortals fighting to kill Greek gods. So the only old gods that are left are Athena, Artemis, and the status of Apollo is questionable at the start of this particular cycle. So not all the gods are involved. I think there were initially like 8 or 9 gods involved, and there are now new gods. Wrath is the new Ares, Tidebringer is the new Poseidon. I can't remember the name of the new Aphrodite. It's got something to do with heart something. Anyway, this follows a girl named Melora, and it's Lore for short, as she gets drug into the events of this Aegon. And I should mention that there are only certain like old families who are aware that this is happening. It's not like a free-for-all, anybody in the world can do it kind of thing. But anyway, pretty interesting Greek mythology. You know, we love a good mythology retelling. The next book that we're going to be reading in April, this is going to publish April 25th, is a book talk bookstagram favorite. I finally convinced Kayla to read A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This follows a 19-year-old named Feyre as she is forcibly brought into fairy lands, and we're not talking about fairies like the fairy godmother or Tinkerbell or anything like that. These are dangerous, immortal beings with lots of interesting powers, and she is in the spring court. Okay, that's all I really want to say, because I feel like if I say too much, I'm gonna ruin it. But overall, just read it. Just read it. Following that, you know, we're gonna continue. We're gonna keep that going because at this point, we have already read these and recorded the episodes for this specific series, and Kayla was obsessed. I am already obsessed. So the next one we're gonna do is A Court of Mist and Fury. This is book 2 in this series, and this continues to follow Feyre after the events of book 1, and that's seriously all that I can say without giving something away. This is gonna publish on May 9th. The next book we're reading, I do not have because as I'm recording this, it has not released yet. We're going to be reading Happy Place by Emily Henry. We love Emily Henry. We have read several of her books before. She has written Beach Read, People We Meet on Vacation, and Book Lovers. Book Lovers is kind of my personal favorite, and I think Kayla would agree with that statement. Happy Place follows 2 people. They are a couple, but they're separated, and they're going on a vacation, and they don't want their friends to know that they have separated. So they are going to pretend that they're still together. We get the fake dating trope, and we get a little bit of a second chance romance trope. So super excited about Happy Place by Emily Henry. That one will publish on May 23rd. Then continuing with the ACOTAR series, we're going to read A Court of Wings and Ruin. This is book 3. Still following Feyre after the events of book 2. This is Feyre's spy era at the beginning here, and this is all building up to a war with another kingdom, the kingdom of Hybern. That kingdom is bad news, and the king is a bad dude. So this culminates in that war. The episode for this book is going to publish on June 6th. And then the last episode we're going to publish in June, this is on June 20th, is going to be on A Long Way from Chicago and Way Down Yonder by Richard Peck. For some reason I thought I said the title wrong, but I didn't. I have actually never read these. This is kind of like a middle grades book. But Kayla, she says that she reads it every single year, so we thought we'd throw in like a little short something and maybe see how this relates to our own lives. I don't really know a whole lot about it. I know that there are siblings involved and they are going to their grandmother's house. I'm now looking at the back of the book. Going to their grandmother's house in Illinois. So they're going from Chicago, which is like super city, metropolitan, all the way to like small town Illinois. Anyway, this will be interesting, and I know that Kayla is going to enjoy picking this up again. Again, never read them, so I'll be interested to see how this goes. Of course, if you're here, you know that we have a YouTube channel. Thanks so much for coming and listening to our TBR for the second quarter of the year. We do also have an Instagram, and the whole purpose of this, we have a podcast, and you can find our podcast on any major podcast platform. We are on Apple Podcasts, we're on Google Podcasts, we're on Spotify Podcasts, and I know that YouTube is planning to do a podcast thing coming up here in the future, so we probably are going to be on that as well, which maybe that makes this channel kind of pointless, but whatever, it's fine. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys in our next video. Bye!